Cool, should be live. And I'm gonna try and pull up my YouTube live dashboard here. There we go. And I don't know how to share the stream. Would be nice to share it probably, but I don't know how. Hey Javier, welcome. Pratico and Charcat, welcome. Man, I wish I knew how to share the stream. I wonder where. Stream URL. Here we go. Share it to the. Oh, my title's wrong though. It's called Monster Pack still. That's not right. Fix that real quick. No, it's not made for kids. YouTube. Yeah, we should do the intro. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. Welcome to the stream. Get a different thumbnail for this. I don't know if I have any good ones that I could just use. Man, doesn't look like I have any good thumbnails for this. We've got old images here. Well, we'll use this for now. It's still out of date, but it's a good enough thumbnail. Okay. First stream. Okay. Let's look at what I'm working on right now. Oh, that is really loud. Let's turn off sound right now. Audio. Let's make it so we can mute sound effects. That should work. We just come into our audio and click mute. And let's see if that gets rid of our sound for now. There we go. No more sound. Okay. So what I'm working on right now is getting recoil to work. So I can deal damage with scrape here, and then we take some recoil damage. And for now I turned off the camera effects, but I would like to put those back in. So let's see if we can get those working again. So when we start using an action, we play an animation. So I think this is where we would use the camera effects, and we need access to events here. We already have access to events. So we can say events dot emit signal battle camera focus. Uh-oh. How am I gonna do this? Because I took it out of battle. Let's just stick it back in battle for now. We'll use scrape. We take recoil. The problem is if I have it in battle, then I don't have access to the camera until after the recoil. So, whatever, we'll figure that out later. Let's come into scrape. At least I got recoil working again. We'll take off our secondary action of recoil damage. And now, there we go. Scrape again. Let's catch this one. And this one. And this one. Let's see, what do we have? There's one more. Which one don't we have? Ah. Sindel, perfect. Catch this one. This music is actually Stardew Valley. Currently listening to Stardew Valley. So let's send out this one. Come fight this guy up here. Yeah, we can win. Switch back. Some more trainers up here we can fight. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along so far. Let's use bark. Okay, so what we need to be able to do is tell the camera to zoom in based on which half of the screen the target is on, right? I could do some ugly math for that. Could be cool to zoom in on the character's monster when we're picking and move. Character's demon. X Game Studios. It's bark again. I think we might. Oh dang it! I just used recoil. Whoops, that was a misclick. That was for testing. Goodbye. Let's well, that one's gone. Switch to this one. Use bite. Could probably one-shot it. Hey, Game Slayer. Bellborn. Zoom for picking a move. Yeah, I think it could be good. Well, everyone leveled up. Animations look good. Thank you. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Let's show this one. It's animation right here. You can use scrape. Yeah, so I still have to animate, still have to animate all the adult forms. So I've got the adult forms here, but haven't animated any of them yet. They'll obviously be a little harder to animate too. This is the first one I'll probably do when I animate them. Well, let's try creating a new move. So let's come into our actions here and we'll right click to new resource and look up action. And so they're called actions, so we can create, let's do I want to try and do an action that both deals damage and does a stat alteration. So let's see, they would happen at different times, I think. Would be nice to see half of the attack you have over and under. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking zoom in on the character for attacks too when you're choosing an attack, because then we can get some more room for the attacks you choose. So we could do... We'll make a move called Snap. Well... Yeah, we're just testing. We're just messing around here. So for this move, we have to give it a name. So Snap, not Snape. Let's give it a really low power, like 20. It'll cost 1 energy. And for the target, we want to target the opponent. And it won't cause any status effects. Or do any alterations right here. We want to use an attack animation for our animation, and the target animation will be hit. So we'll do an attack, they'll take a hit. And we can give it an effect that basically plays when the target gets hit. So we'll use a scrape effect right here. And then we can give it a secondary action. So let's give it a secondary action. So we'll make a new action here. New resource, action. And we'll call this action, maybe we lower its defense in this. So we'll just make a generic lower defense action. So this will be lower defense, and it will have 0 power, 0 cost, and the target will be the opponent again, and we'll just alter their defense. Do I have this working? I don't even remember if I have this working. We'll alter their defense, we'll lower it by 10, I guess. What does bark do? Bark, holy cow, it's -50. We'll do -50 just to see. Who knows what this is going to look like. So our animation is going to be none. The target's animation is going to be debuff. And we don't have an effect. And no secondary action. Okay, so then we save, come into Snap, and we give it a secondary action of lower defense. So now it should both deal some damage and then lower their defense as well. Hey, saw you were live. Just wanted to know that I've been going through your ARPG tutorial and I love it. Your tutorials are really stellar. Thank you, and welcome to the stream. Joseph says, huge thanks as well for the action RPG and mobile RPG tutorials you've made for Godot. Was surprised by how great the engine feels to use compared to Unity and Game Maker Studio 2. Yeah, it's really fun to use it. I love using Godot. Okay, so now let's try. Oh, I didn't give it to anybody. We gotta give the action to somebody, so let's give it to Helpup. And we'll get... Is it Helpup or is it Help Up? No one will ever know. Let's give it Snap. Okay, so now it has Snap in its actions. And let's try it Snap. So this takes damage and then lowers its defense. Let's try it again. Takes damage, lowers its defense. And again, takes damage, lowers its defense. Cool, it works. That actually works pretty well. Talking Carrot from Twitch, did you stop streaming on Twitch? I don't know. This is my second YouTube stream. I've just been trying YouTube to see what it was like. I do seem to get more viewership on YouTube, which makes sense since most of my audience is here. But I do like Twitch as well, so I don't know. I really like Twitch. Makes me sad to not do Twitch anymore, that's for sure. What do you use for pixel art? I use Sprite. Is there a right way to pronounce Godot? Not really. I have a Discord server, but it's a private server that I use for doing support on my courses. I don't have a public Discord server. How many monsters do I have right now? I have 5 base forms and 5 adult forms is all. And that's actually the scope for the project at first, at least. As we're just going to do 5 base forms, 5 adult forms for the demons. Yeah, dual streaming is something I've tried before, but, you know, I never really could get it to work that well. Let's let it learn Bite at level 2. Next form. Probably not good for it to have a next form of Scrape. That would break the game for sure. Is there a need to put void at the end of all the functions? What does this change? There's not a need to, but I prefer to do it. Let's catch this one. Okay, so let's actually do more control on let's try doing more control, like I said, in the battle camera. I have to break it and then fix it. Do you have any tips for beginner pixel art? I recommend using less colors and lower resolutions at first. Focus on the basics. Don't get caught up in large canvas sizes and lots of colors. You'll spend a lot of time on stuff that won't actually help you learn. Is it okay to draw fan art for your game? It's always okay to draw fan art. That's the great thing about fan art. So if you'd like to, that would be totally okay with me. Okay, so now if we come into the battle camera and we can connect it to events. It's already connected to events, so all we have to do, say var, oops. I think we just do this. Don't need this though. Yep, I have a Discord server. It is not public though. It is a private Discord server for support, where I do support for my courses. Focus center. And focus right. Focus right. Yeah, unfortunately, I have a lot of subscribers, and if I made a public Discord, it would be much more difficult to do one-on-one support. Just too many people. Unfortunately, I have a lot of subscribers sounds wrong. Fortunately, I have a lot of subscribers. Yeah, this is the Stardew Valley soundtrack. I could make a public one that's separate, but managing a community is difficult. It takes work, and I'm just one person. Okay. That should be good. We're gonna have to come back into the events and update these to take a duration. Like that. Are you planning to release a source code for this game or make a tutorial series of a game like this? The tutorial series is very of something similar, like a turn-based project, is very, very likely. I don't know when, but that's something I'm seriously considering. Releasing the source code for this, I haven't decided on that yet. It's possible though. Wait, it changed names. Yes. Yes, changed names. Yeah, there is a Godot Discord already, and it's a great one. I've used it before. What about a Discord for the subscribers of Twitch? If you are subscribed to me on Twitch, send me an email and we can talk about doing that. I wouldn't make a brand new one for that, but I might let you join the Discord if you subscribe to me on Twitch. Okay, so what language is this? This is called GDScript. It's a scripting language inside of the Godot game engine. Why don't you use C# instead of GDScript? I prefer GDScript. It's a lot easier for me to just write code quickly. I'm already familiar with GDScript, and GDScript has optional typing as well, so I can use typing. Okay, let's come into the monster now. So what happens is when the monster uses an action inside of here, basically we just need to determine, probably need to have this as like a bool at the start basically. Because we need to determine whether the target is to the right hand of the screen or to the left hand of the screen. We could use a position to do this. This is pretty hacky, but I'm just going to put it in and see if this works. So we'd say if target monster UI dot position is greater than, no, position dot x is greater than 80, which is halfway across the screen. And that's a magic number, but we'll just say, we're going to try this. Events dot emit signal battle camera focus left. Or focus right, I mean. And then 0.3, I think, is how fast I was moving the camera. Else, events dot emit signal battle camera focus left, 0.3 as well. And then after this is all said and done, we want to go back to center, and that would be here at the very end right here. We would just say battle camera focus center, like this. That's going to be interesting, but let's see how it looks. So let's see. Okay, that seems to work so far. So what happens if I use scrape? Oh, we took off the recoil. Stick that in here for a secondary effect. Let's see, let me try and catch up on chat. Are you planning on making Game Maker Studio 2.3 tutorial series after you have released this game? I don't know. I don't know what my plans are for Game Maker Studio 2.3. It's still in beta, so I'm probably not going to do a lot with it while it's in beta. It takes a lot of work to make a tutorial series, especially a series. And so doing like a big series like that when something's still in beta, when things could likely change and then break the series, is not a good idea. How did you learn GDScript? Tutorial videos and the docs, mainly. And then a lot of experimentation on my side. Pretty sure I was in some lately. Let's see, are there any new Udemy courses in the works? Not currently. I have some ideas, but they probably won't be on Udemy. I'm moving away from Udemy. Is there a speed difference in using TypeScript and dynamic? I don't think so. I think the benefit is just for debugging. Looks like that. Just wanted to check. It looks nice for now. Thanks. How do I parse a dictionary to a JSON file with the dictionary formatting? With the dictionary formatting. I don't know that you can. If I understand your question correctly, you want it to be formatted like you formatted the dictionary, right? Like the formatting in the code. Let's see. Holy cow, there's a lot in chat, you guys. Thank you for all joining me today. It definitely makes it hard to keep up with stuff. You speak Portuguese? Yes. It's a little rusty, but I do speak Portuguese. You can use a global var toString function. Okay, that's something. Hi, do you plan to try out Pixel Game Maker? Probably not. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with Godot. I don't see the point of looking anywhere else. The blur looks so cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's just in one line, not laid out. Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to actually get it to format it other than, you know, not just in a line like that. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that there's a way to do that. Yo, Heartbeat's loving your stuff. Keep it up. Thank you. Oh wow, that's sweet depth of field. That's hard to. This is fake depth of field, but thanks. It's basically just a blur vignette is all. Where are you from? I'm from Utah. Vernal, Utah, to be more specific. It's the middle of nowhere. How did you learn Portuguese? I lived in Brazil for a while. You don't have the flickering issue in Godot? I'm not sure which issue you mean. Let's see if we get our... Nice! That actually worked pretty well. So it zooms on the other character if you take recoil damage. Ha! So you deal your damage and then you take the recoil. Awesome. Uh-oh, is he gonna win? Ah, we lost. They died too. Game over. But it's cool that they died too. Okay, so this works. I think I need like a game width. I need like a place where I can store some game information. So I think I should make a game settings. Well, that would be different. This is just gonna be screen screen. Let's see. Game window. No, game. Game view size or something. I don't know what to call this. But it's going to be 160 by 90. And then anywhere where I'm using these things, I can use this instead. This is a little bit hacky. You guys, this code, if I ever release this code, it is not the cleanest code. It's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. It's decent. The code is decent. But it could use some refactoring love to clean it up. Okay. Let's try snap again. Oh dang, this one's scary. It deals a whole bunch of damage. I don't think snap can save us because it lowers its defense, not its attack. So yeah, we're dead. What happens if we do... So what happens if we do an action that... So like, let's say we have... Where's our actions? So we made this lower defense action, but really this should be called lower opponent defense. So what if we made a new action? Lower opponent defense. What if we made a new action? new resource, action, and we called this raise self attack. So it raised our own attack. And so our target was ourself, and the energy cost was 0 for this. The power was 0. Raise. Oh wow, Lazy Liable, thank you so much for the $5 donation. He said, thank you so much for the Godot platformer tutorial. It really helped me a lot developing my game. Hope you can finish this game in time. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll try. We'll do our best. We're doing pretty well so far. So we can alter our own attack by 50 points. And we can have a... let's see. I think we do buff here. Because it's targeting ourselves. And we don't have an effect or a secondary action. And then we can just come into scrape or snap. And then we'll just give it the raise self attack and see how that looks. Considering doing a tutorial on how you make beasts. Do you mean how I created these monsters here, these demons? Snap. Whoa, okay, so it played it twice. That is interesting. There's a bug there. What is the DAW you use to make your game's music? It's called Sunvox. My brother's actually the one making the music. What do you think of a new monster encounter takes a bit more start at the beginning, having a little nudge of anticipation? Yeah, the transition is too quick for sure. That's one of the things it's one of the pieces of feedback that we've got from quite a few people. Are you planning to release the code on GitHub? It's a potential. I can't say one way or the other yet because I don't know. But it's something we're considering for sure. My birthday is tomorrow. Can you give me a happy birthday in Portuguese? It'd be very nice to hear you say Feliz Aniversário, Arthur. Well, let's see. Parabéns pra você nessa data querida. Muitas felicidades. Muitos anos de vida. There you go. Feliz aniversário. It's a little hard to sing while you're also listening to a soundtrack. Okay. Interesting that it does that twice. Question, if you would launch your game on Android soon based on what you know about Godot, would it be your engine of choice or would you pick another one? I don't have a lot of experience with Godot on Android, so I might not be the best person to answer that question. However, I probably would pick Godot anyways and then just deal with... There are going to be problems no matter which engine you use. So then I would just deal with whatever problems that came up. I would figure out how to deal with them. Your Portuguese is very good. Congrats. Thank you. It could use some work still, but mainly just practice. That's what I need the most. Cool zoom effect. How do you do that? In my battle camera, I have I use an interpolation. I use a tween to interpolate the position and the zoom variable properties on the camera. It's really not too bad, honestly. Once you learn how to use a tween and interpolate property, then it's pretty easy. Did you monetize your channel? Yes. Yeah, my channel is monetized. Okay, so why is it playing the animation twice? That is really interesting. Yeah, it's a bit weird to have the Stardew Valley soundtrack behind. Okay, so... Okay. Do we get a double attack buff? That would be nice. Doubt it, though. Wait. What just happened? Let's pass our turn. Okay, that looks right. That's what I was expecting. See, scrape. It's gonna kill us now. We're dead. We died. Game over. Godot is better than Game Maker? No. It's just different. I like Godot more personally, but I wouldn't say that it's better or worse. All engines, like, it depends on what you're trying to do. And some of them, I feel like, are better, like they have better tools for the task. Did you address the blur effect outside the battle? It's like a radial blur. Yeah, it uses a texture to tell it where to blur and how much to blur. And it's something that we're probably going to lower a little bit. My friend uses Godot a ton. We made a game for Game Jam. We built it for Android. It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, I would just use Godot for Android. That doesn't mean that it won't have problems, but like I said, any engine you use is going to have problems that you'll have to solve. Is the blurry vignette effect a shader? Yes. Will this stream be uploaded on YouTube? Yes. It will be, you'll have to go to playlists and go to my streams. There'll be a stream playlist. So I don't know why it's playing twice, you guys. But I guess the question is that something I want to fix right now, or do I want to try and do something else right now instead? So this is where we play the animation on the target right here. Target monster take damage. I don't do anything and take damage, right? Target monster took damage. Emit signal. Monster took damage. Do I have that connected to anything other than screen shake? I don't think I do. What's playing twice? Good question. Let's give you context here. So I read in the comments somebody talking about how weird the fact that you find demons in the grass. He thought about shadows instead. Have you thought about it? Yeah, we want to actually implement that. We haven't figured out how yet. So whether or not we actually implement it is yet to be determined, but that's something we'd love to do if we could figure out a way to do it that made sense. So here's what's playing twice. If I use this attack right here, it's supposed to damage the enemy and then also raise my attack. But it plays the animation for raising my attack twice. And so I have to figure out what's going on with that. RB, so I've been wanting to make a devlog channel for a while, but I'm worried about YouTube being oversaturated with devlogs. From your experience, do you think it'd be worth starting a devlog channel? Should I worry about others think so much, or should I just go for it? So I guess it depends on what your goal is for the devlog channel. If your goal is to get your game out there, it's probably not the best. It's not bad to make a devlog to get your game out there and get eyes on it. However, attention on your game probably isn't the best goal for devlogs. If your goal is to build a community around your game of people who really like it, even if that community is small, if it's, you know, like your videos don't go viral, but let's say you get 200 views or 100 views on your video or something like that, but you start to build a community about people who are invested in your game and excited about it, then that's a good reason to do devlogs. Because those people, even though there's not tons of people, you'll find people who care about your game and who are invested in it and want it to be good, and they can potentially help you make your game better than it would have been before, and they also get to, you know, be a part of that development process as you're working on the game. So I think that's a good reason for doing devlogs, is to kind of build that community. How did you make the camera move to the exact position you need when somebody attacks the other? I set the position manually, but I don't know what you're trying to say. But if you want me to read your comments, just tag me instead of saying, like, you don't have to say it over and over again. It's more likely I'll see it if you tag me. Just do @heartbeast and then it will tag me. So yeah, the effect itself isn't bad, but it does it with other things too. Like if the attack had a different secondary effect, it would do it more than once. So this is where we actually play it. This right here. Let's see how many times it prints high. It should be twice, but I'm guessing it's gonna be 3. Yep, the name's been decided. We're going with Demonlocke. There were a lot of good names suggested. What the heck? It only says twice. It did it twice. That's how many times it's supposed to do it. Now everyone's tagging me. On the snap.trs object, did raise self attack get set on 2 properties by accident in the inspector? I don't think so. I think we just have raise self attack, and then we have target animation buff. That's all. Say, this is the best game ever in Portuguese. Let me think about it for a second. Okay. Holy cow, you guys. So much in chat. How long did it take you to learn Godot? What types of tutorials do you recommend? Do shaders have their own language? Yes. I mean, when we attack the other player, camera will move towards the player that attacks, then go back. Yep, I already kind of went over this. I used these functions right here to move them by interpolating the camera. And I just have focus right, which is a very specific position on the screen, which I set up here, this position, like that. Check your animation player. Good idea. What do you think about Godot 4? Haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited. Does the animation loop? That's possible. Do you have plans on revisiting Grain War? Nope, I'm not gonna revisit Grain War. Okay. I'm not sure how to say ever in that sentence. This is the best game ever. De todo o tempo, maybe? Of all time. Este é o melhor jogo de todo o tempo. Something like that. Este é o melhor jogo de todo o tempo. That's probably how I'd say it. Close enough anyways. What kinds of game would you suggest for someone more artistically driven? The kinds of games that you like to make and that you like to play. However, yeah, I mean, all games are kind of hard to make. Just gonna throw that out there, no matter what kind of game you make. I definitely think platformers are a good starting place though. If you're more artistically driven, maybe try a platformer. Now everyone's just tagging me. Oh geez. Thanks for sharing your job. It's amazing. Wondering, as a beginner, should I learn deeply to program or just have fun with Godot? Have fun. Just have fun. Focus on enjoying it. If you don't enjoy the journey, you'll never reach the destination. Okay, MC Noob 26, you gotta stop asking that question, because like I tried to answer it, but I just think maybe the question, this isn't really a good place for me to explain it in detail. So like I gave you kind of a general overview of how it works with the camera moving towards the other player and describe that to you, but I can't really go into it in heavy detail over a stream like this. So you can go back afterwards and try and watch where I explain it again if you like, but let's not ask the question anymore. Also, asking it in Portuguese doesn't make it like I understood English just fine. Beast, I built a whole Pokemon Gen 5 battle system up to 90% fidelity if you ever want to talk about architectural decisions. Sounds cool. I'd love to hear about it sometime. I love your videos, your game maker tutorials, introducing me to programming and game making. Next year, I'm joining a programming-oriented school. Thank you for sharing and helping people. You're welcome. That's awesome. Congratulations. Okay, MC Noob 26, if you ask the question again, I'm going to put you in timeout. Okay. 1-Bit Godot course is one of, if not the best Godot courses I've ever gone through. Thank you. That is high praise. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's go check our animation player. So here's the effect. Well, it shouldn't be in the animation player because I think the hit does it twice too, but let's look here. So we've got the buff. Looping is set to false. Will our projects still work fine in Godot 3? Which projects? If you switch to a new version of Godot, there's potential that it won't work the same way that it did. So if you're working on a game and you've put a lot of time into it, I would lock into your current version. I'd be very wary of switching to a newer version during development. Does setting the buff property cause a loop? Setting the buff property. Where would you... I don't actually connect to action effect, do I? No, I don't. Setting the buff property. So this isn't just related to the buff animation because it actually plays the hit animation twice as well. See, watch. I'll show you. If we take recoil damage with scrape, it plays the hit animation twice. It's only supposed to blink twice and it does it 4 times. So it's got to be in the code, I think, because of that. So somehow it's playing it twice, which is really interesting to me. Let's try printing the target animation and see what we get, because what we should get is hit first. No, we should get hit twice in a row, actually. No, on snap we should get hit and then buff. Hit, buff. Okay, so MC Noob 26, please don't talk about yourself that way. Okay. It's got to be... Animation player.play. And then we're yielding until it's finishing. Maybe the animation player finished isn't working quite right. Oh. I have an idea of what it might be. Maybe we're at the wrong place. Maybe we need to seek to the start before we play it. Could be it. Doesn't seem like it's the right solution, but... Olá, boa tarde. Suas lives por aqui deveriam ser mais constantes. São ótimos. Lives. Suas leaves. I haven't heard that before. Are you just using the English word there? Or is that just a word that I'm not familiar with? You are simply put an amazing person. Thank you. Arby's, what's your recommended approach for handling many string literals in the code? I feel like refactoring Godot must be a huge pain. Yeah, string literals are a pain. Luckily, it's supposedly going to be improving quite a bit in Godot 4. So I don't have a good solution for handling them, I just deal with them. Well, that didn't work either. It was a good thought, but is it possible you added something twice you thought you hadn't added yet, causing it to play twice? I don't think so, because it would play my other animations twice too, I think. For example, if I had the monster twice. You're calling monster UI. It's applying your player. You're calling monster UI. It's applying your player. Well, the target monster in this case is the player. It's like this is where we are, right? Let's see, target monster UI play. Target monster UI player. Yep, this is correct, I think. Put a hi there. Sometimes. Holy cow, we're getting so many comments. I don't know if I'm able to keep up with everyone's comments. I really appreciate it though. Let's see. Are you sure you're going to keep the radial blur effect in battle? I mean, in some sense it's nice, but it's also find a bit weird. The sense make less clear what's happening. We'll see. The radial blur shouldn't affect the monsters hardly at all. So I'm curious what you mean when you say it makes it less clear what's happening. Like your feedback might be onto something there. I'm just unclear as to exactly what you mean. I'm an architect, found this new passion. I'm wondering if you'd recommend your Godot full tutorial program to someone who understands how code works but can't do it by itself. If you're talking about my programming course, well, there's my daughter. Don't know if you heard that, but if you're talking about my Godot 1-bit Godot course, it's pretty beginner friendly at the start, and then it gets gradually more and more complicated. But I don't explain stuff like what a variable is, what a function is, anything like that. So if you already have those basics down, you're probably good to go. If you're worried about it, try doing my action RPG series first, because it's free on YouTube. And so you can, if you can do that, then you'd be fine taking my course. Maybe monster UI equals monster UI multiple times. I'm at 76. I see. I thought that enemies were separate from the player controller. Oh. Você vai traduzir este jogo para o português? I don't know. I'd love to. That'd be awesome. It's possible for sure. Okay, well. What is the opponent monster UI referencing? Opponent monster UI is the opponent. The target monster UI potentially is either the opponent or you. If you change the type of action, would it fix it? Unfortunately, it doesn't. And it also only seems to do it on the second. So actions have sub-actions, and it's recursive. So one action could then run and then have a sub-action that runs, which has a sub-action that runs. And it's recursive all the way down. And the double is only happening on sub-actions. So I wonder if I do another action. So like if I add a secondary, so we raise attack, but then let's say we also take a recoil. Well, let's just raise attack again. Raise self-attack. Whoops, Godot is not going to like that. Yeah, that's the problem with recursion, guys. And anyone else with, yeah, recursion. If you try to add, it's because the resource wasn't unique. So I needed to make the resource unique. I think I can do it if I make the resource unique. So if I come into here and then I make this resource unique. Can I do that? Raise self-attack local to scene. This might crash Godot again. Bam, I did it again. Admittedly, I would never need to go 3 levels deep, but I want to test it because it might help me solve this bug. The Caleb face reveal. 1 million subs. He's here with me too, by the way. He's working over here. Caleb face reveal, 1 million subs. Yes, I am. Not sure. We're gonna do a third action though. We're gonna do recoil on this because I can do that one. Or I can't. Oh, it's because I opened the wrong one. Okay, you guys. Okay, all of you. You all, I should say, you all. I am really here we go. Raise self, and then we do the recoil in the secondary action. That's another action. Okay. So now let's see if recoil gets played 3 times. So we should raise our own attack twice, and then... it looked like it played twice to me. Let's add it in here. Come into scrape, and then we have recoil, and then let's do raise self attack. Save, raise self attack. So we'll do damage, recoil, and then raise our own attack. So let's see, scrape, damage, recoil, raise attack. It just does it twice as well. So no matter how many levels I go deep, I was wondering if it was going to do it 3 times if I went 3 levels deep, but it didn't. So that is interesting. That is so weird. Have you ever done network programming? If so, what's the best place to start learning it? I haven't. Well, I've done the very basics. I'm not super experienced with network programming. Come back into our monster UI. And come back into the script. So this is where we're playing the animation. We play it here. I actually want to rename these. Yield, use action. I've had issues like it with just improper looping on the animation player. Keys being stacked. Yeah, it works when I only do the recoil though. So the animation, I don't think the animation itself is the issue, because if I just make a single action, like if I come into well, I don't want to show it, but if I come into, okay, whatever, I'll show it because it might be helpful for me to find it. Okay, so here we go. If I go into a battle and then I use recoil, I I blinked. What did I do to recoil, you guys? Gotta get rid of that. Okay. Then I use recoil. It does do it 4 times. But bark only does it once. Ah, it's only when it's me. That's what's different. It's not how many layers deep it is. It's when it's affecting me instead of the opponent. So like raise self-attack, if I give it raise self-attack, this is why it's good to show people stuff and talk through it. So if I give it raise self-attack here, it's gonna play it twice too because it's on me. It's affecting me. Yeah, so it's not how many layers deep it is. That's important to realize. That's really important to realize. However, it's still not the animation because if I make it affect the opposing creature, it only does it once. So like if I do scrape here on the enemy, it only blinks twice like it's supposed to. So I don't think it's the animation itself. I think it is for when it's affecting me. It's probably because I'm midway through one animation. So I'm trying to play one animation halfway through another one. I bet I could fix it by making a second animation player. That's super annoying though. But I bet I could fix it if I did that. If I made a second animation player here. But I don't want to do that. Hey Game Endeavor, howdy, welcome to the stream. Okay. Well, this means that's super unfortunate if that's the issue. Okay, so let's talk through what would happen. So our creature starts playing an animation up here. We start playing our animation. And then we wait until the moment where the effect is supposed to play. Then we stop playing our animation. Then we come down to here and we tell it to play a new animation and wait till that animation is finished. And then we try and press play on our other animation where we were before. But maybe we could store this information. So maybe we say let's see what it's called in the animation player. It is called current animation position and current animation length. So if we say Let's see. Current animation position. And then down here, instead of doing play, we say seek. Let's see. Animation player dot seek animation position. And then play. And then we do action animation again. This is... I'm curious if this is actually going to fix it. I'm guessing this is a float. Oops. Typo. Let's give it a go. What language does Godot use? It uses GDScript. Do you have to stop the second animation like the first one? Shouldn't have to. Use the same animation player for opponent and the player monster. Yes. Well, yes, no. They each, it's the same scene, but they each have their own one. Recoil. I fixed it! It worked. Nice. So that was the problem. So basically the solution was to remember the position I was at before and then restart the animation at that position when I pressed play again. And that makes sense to me why that is the case. There we go. Well, I think never use recoil. Let's remove recoil from scrape because that is already not the greatest move. Let's get rid of snap. I don't really like the name of that one. Make one called Pounce. Pounce does 20 costs to target opponent, alter, oh wait, no, costs 0, energy costs 2, target, self, alter attack, plus 50, animation, buff, oops, none, Target animation buff. Secondary action. Don't need a name. Don't need a power. Energy cost 0. Target. Opponent. Oh no, this one does damage though. This does 20. New secondary action. Power 0. Target. Opponent. Energy cost 0. Alter defense -50. Target animation debuff. Animation on this one would be attack. And target animation would be hit. There you go, guys. That's how we're gonna do it. Have you tried using source tree? I find it 10 times easier to use and has additional info. I don't think I have tried source tree yet. That sounds cool. I'll have to look it up. You should use C# or GD native. Why? Why do you not use IDE like VS Code for programming in GD script? I like the built-in editor. I do use VS Code for some stuff, but oh, we gotta give our monster this move. So pounce is cool. First of all, it raises our attack, then it damages the enemy, and then after damaging, it lowers their defense. You don't have to put void at the end of your functions, but you can if you want to. Ounce. Help pop, scrape, and pounce. Let's give it pounce. Pounce is going to be a fun move. We'll see. Okay, pounce. It raises our attack, then it pounces on the enemy, and then it lowers its defense. Cool. Let's try pounce again. Attack up. Damage, defense down. Got him. Cool, pounce works. It's actually a pretty good move. Of course, we're gonna limit how many buffs, how many stat alterations you can do, but is overall damage combination of power and player attack. Oh wait, I must have missed something before that. Was the best free app for pixeling? The one I would recommend is Graphic Scale, but it kind of depends on your needs. Graphic Scale has a lot of features, so if you're looking for something a little bit simpler, then maybe Piskel. I dare you to find and replace monster with demon everywhere and then build. You're the real monster here, Michael. I can't believe you would say that. That is a horrible thing to say. It's hilarious. Can you show the shader for the blurry vignette effect? Sure. It's nothing too fancy. Let's see. So here's the texture. First of well, that's the battle one. Here's a texture for outside of battles. And blur shader. Is this the right one? Yeah. This is all it is. We take in a blur amount and then we have a blur texture, and I use this texture to determine where to blur. Basically, white values blur more than black values, and so then We have blur multiplier, which is just the texture with the screen UV. This might be supposed to be UV, but it works anyways. And then we get the dot red, the red value. I mean, it doesn't matter which value you get because we're just looking for whether or not it's white or black. And then we use this multiplier by our blur amount, and we just use the texture LOD function. Don't know if this would work in GLES 2. It's probably GLES 3 specific, but that's fine because we're not going to target GLES 2. Hey Jimmy Navio, how are you doing? Hey there, glad to see things are going well. Game looks pretty cool. No more streaming on Twitch. I'm giving YouTube a try. A-Sprite is definitely worth the buy if you're serious about pixel games. Yep, A-Sprite is the way to go. Really like Pixel Edit. Pixel Edit's good. Hey, just went to the live cast because I was curious, but all here are so nice people. You are nice. It's very chill live. Love it. Thanks. Thank you. Welcome. Let's catch some demons. Pounce is so cool. Catch. I think Krolic is now my favorite because of the animation for it. It's like this little wiggly worm that bites you. Catch. Let's try Pounce. Zoop. Okay. It says Pounce is 0 power though. That's funny. Because it's not. I guess when displaying the power, we need to loop through all the other effects and add them all together to determine the power. But then we'd have to... There's a really long pause there. I need to figure out why. Okay, scrape. Hey Pig Dev, how are you doing? Game is amazing, love the pixel art, but with high-res post-FX. Thanks. Like the blur and vignette, really good. So what's happening with the levels? Uh-oh. We're dead. Let's remove that super long pause when you die. $5 donation. I can't see who it is. It says, you got me into game dev 4 years ago with Game Maker Studio 1.4 tutorials. I just want to thank you for that. It sent a heart. Thank you so much. Maybe you wanted to be anonymous with that, and I can respect that. I appreciate it. Okay, battle UI. Loving it, bro. Love from India. Thank you and welcome to the stream. Are you going to make it so you need items to catch demons, or you just catch them? So the way that you'll catch demons is actually by summoning them. You'll defeat the demon, and each time you defeat it, you'll get essence, and then you need a certain amount of essence for different kinds of demons. So like say for Krolic, you need 5 essence. So then you have to defeat 5 Krolics. And then you could go to a summoning circle and use the essence plus another item called a soul in order to summon that demon into your party. So when a monster dies, do I have the monster have a timer in the death, or is it? No, I don't. I just fade out UI and hide it. I'm pretty sure that in the monster in the battle UI, I just called die somewhere in here. So we get player monster died right here. Just got our transition. Oh, this is my least favorite song on this track. How much is the 1-bit Godot course? $97. I love how you talk about demons with Stardew Valley in the background. Enemy monster died. Is it just because I have like a million things to do every time the monster dies? No, I actually have a 1 second long yield right here. That's only if there's another monster. Make it 0.5 for now anyways, because we're going to get them fading in with an animation. Enemy monster died, player monster died. Update player monster. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, so one of the things we considered doing is have it zoom in on the player monster during the player's turn. I actually want to try that to see what that looks like. Whoops, focus left is what we want here, folks. It does make it hard to see what the enemy monster is, because it gets pushed clear outside the view. Yeah, I don't like that. I might mess around with that some more later, but it doesn't look good just doing it that way. You will never know that. That is so funny. Just bought your 1-bit Godot course. Super excited. Thanks for all the free tutorials too. Thank you for the support. And I look forward to seeing you in the Discord. Don't hesitate to send me a message if you have any specific questions or anything you want to talk about. Support is a big deal for me. It's one of the most important parts of my course, so pan the camera over. How do you make what you call actions be resources? They are just a script with an exported variable? Yes. So here is my, that's a good question. Here is my action.gd. And I may end up moving this outside of it here, but you can kind of ignore this right now. This is gonna need refactored probably outside of this. But it's basically just, first of all, you need it to extend resource. So it has to be a resource. And then you give it a class name. That's what allows me to, when I create a new action, I go new resource, and then I can type action, and it brings up that specific action, that resource. Okay? And then it's just a bunch of exported variables. And these variables are just data, and then my code, the monster UI, is what actually decides what to do with that data. So you can see in the use action, and this is a big ugly function, but it basically decides how to use that action data. And so yeah, that's how you can set up actions like this. My monsters are the same. So if you come into my, I have monster.gd, and this has some setters and getters and stuff in here so that it can emit a signal and let everyone know when stuff happens, like when the health changes and whatnot for the monster. But basically it is just data that emits signals whenever its data gets changed to let everyone know that the data got changed. And so that's what the monsters are. And then I can create stuff like, if we come into help up the monster here, you can see I can set its texture, its stats, its name, its the actions that it has, the actions that it learns. So currently it will learn bite at level 2. And then the next form, so that's for when they change from one monster into another one, like from the base form to the adult form. And so yeah, that's how I've got the data set up. I think I want to actually try and animate this one right here, an idle for it and stuff. Is your Discord open to the public, or is it only for supporters? The Discord is private. It's for Patreon supporters or for course backers, course supporters. I use it to do support on my courses, and that's why it's private. So let's open up this one right here. Set up a simple idle. Okay. Let's just move the whole thing for now. Might do some sub-pixel movement on the fiery eyebrows. Have you come up with a storyline for the game? We don't have one yet. But we're thinking world domination. Yep. Gonna make an anti-hero. That's the idea. Who doesn't like a good dose of world domination? This has been the simple formula for my for the idols. Whoops. That's a mistake. There we go, that's better. A sprite isn't free. Nope, A sprite isn't free. Avoid rejecting the church and going into Satanism. That would be pretty dark, wouldn't it? There we go. Okay. I usually, when I'm looking at these, I set them to 300. Man, do I really want to animate this fire? Why did Caleb convince me to put fire behind this? Oh yeah, I did it and then you were like, I thought of that.
Yeah.
See?
But I didn't try.
You subconsciously convinced me to do it. Kind of a brother are you? Oh. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that much.
I know.
Which part of the owl is supposed to have fire on it? Okay, guys. Or everyone. This is where we do this. Time to animate some fire. Just get rid of it in these frames. I should do the fire on a separate layer. Taking all the credit away. Oh, which one? I'm probably way behind on comments. Drawings that my daughter did are now demons. Oops. That's sometimes how it goes, you know? There we go. Okay. Probably should have saved one of the fires. I'd have a starting place, but I don't know, maybe that's not the best way anyways. Okay, new layer. Let's make a giant fire. Oops. Oh, we gotta do save as. A sprite. Make a new layer. Let's see. You know, that's how it goes sometimes. You open up a sprite, you make a layer called demon and a layer called fire. Just how it goes. Hmm. Let's see, how do you turn on onion skinning again? That's how. Let's actually get rid of that. There we go. Okay. I've seen like these tips on Twitter for how to animate fire. That's what I need right now. Caleb's just over here laughing at the chat. I'm like all focused, not even paying attention to chat. Okay, here we go. What are the odds that I liked one of those fire tutorial things on Twitter and I can find it? Oh, geez. Why do I like so much on Twitter? I always regret this later. It seems like it was like this trick, if I remember, where they just set up they just had like some moving spheres or circles or whatever and then put fire around them, if I remember. Must have been long enough ago that I didn't do it, but this is what we're gonna have to do because this is not gonna work. This is gonna be a joke. I can already tell. So let's try. Wait, what? What the heck? Oh, it's the onion skinning. I was so confused for a second. And we create new ones, right? It's probably going to be the go-to thing. Start creating a new one here or something. Copy this over. They all gotta shrink. I think probably this is moving too slow. We probably need to get rid of this one completely. Probably I would need to do one of these at a time in order for this to work well. Not that bad, actually. Fire! Who's in the chat? Ask Boone. Hey, how are you doing, Boone? Welcome to the chat. Oscar, do you remember seeing those Twitter things where they show you how to animate fire? Because I need one. Maybe I should just look up a reference instead of trying to make it up. Because this is not looking good. It's not how I want it. Well, you can sort of see that there's fire. I'd do better just making it up than doing this, whatever I'm doing. Well, that's terrible. Let's look up a reference. Tries to animate fire, inevitably uses particles. Can't English. Oh, here we go. Somebody sent it to me on Twitter. Thank you. I told ya. Look, see? Somebody found it. It was Alexander. Thank you, Alexander. Let's do... Wait, where... I want to do FTL. There we go. Get some FTL. Yeah, it's this easy. You just draw circles and then it's fire. It's a diamond shape animation. Look, here's another one that's almost the same. Got a nice wave to it. Let's just go with the wave. Let's see. No, we're not putting bloom on the fire. Part of the problem is we have to make it really big to make sure that it shows up. See, because if we wanted to show up, it has to be huge. So this arc, oops. That's pretty good. So the center, let's imagine that my center is like this right now. Then for this one, we would come farther over. Like this. And then for this one, wait. We would loop back around to this side and switch. Like this. Then for this one, be like this. Something like this. Get rid of this for now. We'll grab that later. Stick it on a new layer. Hide it, lock it. There we go. This is wrong. We'd go from this frame to like this one. And this frame should be more like... Wait, what should this frame be like? Kind of a whipping frame. Where this one comes back to here. Here we go. And we can add motion here where this pulls away. We've only got 4 frames to work with here too. So it's hard to get enough motion for it. And you can't even, it looks pretty good, but you can't even see it. Oops. Maybe animating fire behind this is not the best decision. Might be some scope creep coming in. That's interesting that that does that. There we go. That's actually pretty good. Right there. Then do you know what we do, you guys? This is what we do. No, it's actually what we do. Trust me on this one. So what we actually do is select this entire layer, flip it vertically, and move it up a little bit. Actually, let's rotate it. Where'd my other fire go? See? Easy peasy. Missing it, Caleb.
Whoa! What did you do?
I animated one little flame and then I copied it to the other side. Now do you know what the secret would be to do? Is to reorganize these frames. Okay. Well, that didn't work how I was expecting it to. I wonder if there's a way to do this, like take these frames and then reorder them. But I don't know how to do that. Maybe I did just do that, but it just didn't work how I thought it was going to. Mark this as idle. Turn off onion skinning. What's the music name? This is the FTL soundtrack. Oops, I want to label this. Frame properties, no. New tag. Cool. I keep doing this wrong. Something's not working there. I want to grab a copy of all of this. And move them all over. But I'm doing something wrong. I just did it like 4 or 5 times. Now I can't do it anymore. Oh, somehow I locked that layer. What? There we go. That actually didn't help any. That's as good as it's gonna get, I think. It's pretty good. Unlock these layers. Clean up. Clean them up a bit. Can I merge? Merge down. Call it fire again. Then we want to outline all of these. And we'll just use this color. It's gonna have to be good enough. Wait a minute, what's going on there? There we go. That's good enough. This thing right here is... Don't even know what this is. Clean it. pretty good. Okay, let's move on to the attacking frame. I don't care that nobody's ever gonna see that. Still bothers me. Huh. Horrible curve. Okay. $12 and 0 degrees Celsius here, so I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone, and thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Dan. Have a good night. You could just write code that can enable and disable a compile it time. Yeah, but that's a lot more work than just animating it this one time. If I had to do fire in multiple other places, then I would probably. But this wasn't too hard once I got it down. I want it to match this. It's got to be 4 frames. Okay. Also, just so you guys know, I'm not actually going. I was reading somebody else's comment. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, we need our anticipation frame. We'll just copy this one for now. And then our attack frame. Get rid of this. Lock it. Delete this frame. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit these wings. That's what I did with the little owl, was the wings. Something like that. Are you ahead, level, or behind the calendar at the moment? Probably a little behind, if I had to guess. We've moved things around a whole bunch in the last little bit, so it's kind of hard to give a specific to actually say. But to me, that means behind. Basically, if you don't know where you are, then you're probably behind. That's honestly pretty good. Let's save it. See how it looks in game. Export. There we go. Get rid of this one. That didn't work. Export sprite sheet. Why didn't it work? Visible layers. There we go. Now it should work. Okay. Yes, there we go. And then let's come into the player. We'll just give our player Bonfowl. There we go. This live will be saved on YouTube channel. Yes, it will. It will be, if you go to my playlist, there will be a live stream playlist. You can find it there. Exatamente, Vinicius. Exatamente. bit blurry up in the corner there. Let's run. I already fought one of those. And one of those. There we go. Catch this one. Pounce. Pounce again. Can actually just let this one die. Yes, I'm from the US, but I do speak Portuguese. I lived in Brazil for a while and learned Portuguese. Maybe I need to let the player choose what monster they want to send out next. I guess it doesn't matter technically. Well, we got pretty much good enough animations for this one now. Although maybe it would be better to have it leaning forward a bit. Is Angrok rip? Yep. It's an option Pokemon for set and shift. Do you know the name of the software? Yeah, it's Sunbox. Hope you save the monster sprites for the plot device or make graveyard with them. Letting the player choose is a good idea in my opinion, but maybe we could just do that once the player's demon is killed. Yeah, since you can instantly swap, letting them choose isn't as important initially. But still might want to. Maybe we should get This one should be really easy to do. I should do it next. Yeah, I'll do this one next. Hey, Rocket Bellini, you're welcome. Idle. Oops. What are the hex codes for the colors that you use? So they're actually, it's just a, well, this isn't. Let's load my actual palette. It's actually just white and black, and then a perfect gradient between the two. But if you want the actual values, this one is 6 5s, and this one is 6 A's, and then the other two are white and black. Of course, in game we have a palette swap that goes over the top of it. How did you select 2 boxes in A Sprite? I don't actually know, because I set up hotkeys for it. For me, I have to hold shift, click, and then let off shift, and then I can do it again. But I'm pretty sure I have custom hotkeys for that. So, need an attack frame now. Probably going to be the best one, or an anticipation frame. We'll raise these up just a bit. That. We want to open the mouth. Oh yeah, let's save this actually, before I forget. Harpies, what do you think the advantages of Sprite are compared to free programs? It depends on the free program, I guess, but Sprite has a lot of features. My favorite thing about Sprite is having layers and animation frames at the same time. It also has Rot Sprite as an algorithm for rotating pixel art, which sometimes can do better than other algorithms. There's a lot of features in Sprite that make it worth it to me, but I don't use the free programs. Like, I haven't used a free program in a long time, so the one that I usually recommend to people is Graphics Gale instead of Sprite if they don't want to pay for it. But if you're going to be doing pixel art, Sprite's worth it in my opinion. Okay, we want this to be ASE. And I don't know, that name might change, but there's something. So let's open up. I didn't check my new didn't test my new animation, so let's check it real quick. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh no. I accidentally grabbed them all. That's so unfortunate. Now I have to do it again. There we go. Okay, let's see if this works. I'd say the game looks really good. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Blur comes up a little high right here. I'll have to fix that so it's not quite so high up there. I wonder if I should just get rid of the fire during those frames. During this frame and this frame. I think they're just too messy. and get them back if I want them, but I think it's going to be better not to have the fire behind during the attack frames. Yep, new name. We could hide the users. We run the player's turn. We actually use an action. No, we don't want to mess with that right now. Let's see what I was going to do next. How much for a drawing tablet that's good for beginners? I don't know. I don't use a tablet. I use a mouse. I'm not a tablet person. It's almost time for me to go. This has been a fun stream. Now I gotta go mow the lawn. Do you go to university? If so, which? I do not. Okay, well, what I'm supposed to be doing is opening up this. We can look at this frame. Something's weird going on there. There we go. That's better. Good enough. Export. Export sprite sheet. There we go. Let's test it. Do you know that your tutorial is noticed by Jonas Tyroller? If yes, what did you think? Which tutorial and which video? Tyroller. If that's who I'm thinking of. That's yeah, I did know that actually. He's the one making Will You Snail. If that's what it's still called, I think. He was testing Godot in your crash course. Nice. When was this? I'm in the wrong engine. The wrong editor. Kept trying to... Okay. Okay. Let's see, actions, bite. Come into a player. Try this. Thanks to your videos and streams, I made a lizard in your style. Cool. I'd love to see it if you want to share it. Send me a tweet or something. Wait, I gave it a base energy of 1. It should have a base energy of 3. Will you be making a tutorial or explanation on this game? Honestly, I'd pay to watch that. I might be, yeah. Okay, let's use bite. Pretty good. Pretty happy with that. That's good enough for the animation. Better commit these. Let's see. Let's see if we can get... Next form, curl lumber. What happens if we have it learn? This is level 2, 3, 4. What happens if we have it learn bite at level 5? I've never tested this before. Base speed slow, that makes sense. Let's... Next form bond foul. Bond foul learns gouge at level 6. Okay. Oh, we gotta get rid of the one that I have in my party to test this. I'm about to end the stream, so I'm just gonna try playing it through kind of until I can. Let's run until we can catch one of these. And a Sindel. There we go. Catch for now. We'll switch to... Honestly, this one's probably the best. Yeah, I love the FTL soundtrack. It's super good. Okay, well. Use scrape initially, or pounce initially. Come up here. think we can take out this guy. See what we can find in the forest. Oh, I have bite. I wonder what pounce into bite looks like. Probably one shots it. Pretty sure I can just bite that one. It's too weak. What do you use for your local data storage? I don't really use anything for local data storage. I just basically use Google Drive and I don't think I've had to use a single elixir yet. $80 defense, that's what I did. It does have bite. It learns it, it just doesn't say it unless it's the active one. So it only says when it's the active one, when it learns something. We also don't get the anticipation of it turning into the benefits of it turning into the adult form. Like we don't get to see it. Now we're just super tanky. This one doesn't get its good move till level 6. There we go. Now we have the best move in the game. Yep, you pretty much have to at me for me to notice. Any plans for multiplayer? Mods or multiplayer, probably not. Mods is something we're looking into. We'd love to do mods. I think that would be super cool. Gouge is super OP. Is there permadeath for demons? Yes. Yeah, Godot's really good for 2D stuff. I love it. Are you doing evolutions for all the monsters? Yes. But they only ever have one. There's a child form and an adult form. So here's the current sheet that I have. So you can see I've got 5 base creatures and 5 base forms and 5 adult forms. And I've animated all of these ones, this one, and this one. So I've got 3 more to animate. But I'm probably going to call it good for today because it's dinner time. And I have to go mow the lawn. So it's been a lot of fun though today. Had a lot of people stop by, say hi. And I managed to get quite a few animations done. I did one. Let's see, did I do that? No, I did these 2 on stream. I got 2 animations done on stream. And then I fixed a bug. And made a couple new... I mean, I made this new monster, this new demon. This demon wasn't even in the game before. Let's do... I want to watch it change. I think we need like a specific screen for when they change to show. Catch. I messed up again. Do. Yeah, we need an animation, like we need a screen that it goes to for that, but we'll have to do that later. Anyways, I'll be doing a devlog tomorrow on this. It'll probably be a more technical one, so I might explain a little bit more behind my thoughts with how I've structured the code and stuff. That'll be tomorrow. Viden, have you considered adding blood and gore? We considered it, but we probably won't want to. Our game is kind of like cute dark, so we don't want it to be actually dark. But thanks again everyone for hanging out, and I will talk to you all later.